Hello everyone, we will continue the topic select options as a part of component usage in Web Dynpro ABAP. And in the previous video, we started with the logic part, and as a part of that, we finished with the first part of the logic. We have simply called this particular method. Whenever we are calling this method, we are getting the input, we are getting the range table, whatever the input user is passing. Now we will move on to second and third part of the logic. We will fetch the data from VBAK table based upon the input or based upon the range table, and then we will bind with the ALV node. So firstly, before fetching the data from VBAK table, we will check, are we getting the data into this? So that is extremely important point. So in the next 3 to 4 minutes, there will be a huge amount of learning into this particular video. Suppose I'm putting a breakpoint and I will simply run this Web Dynpro application. I will give the input. Suppose I'm giving the input 1 to 10. I'm going for search button. Now system will enter or into debugging mode and the breakpoint will stop on this on action search method. Now we will simply execute this method. We have the object. We are calling this instance method and we will get the input into this. Whenever I'm executing, now you can see in LT underscore range underscore VBELN, we have 1 record and 4 column. I'm opening this and extremely important point will come. I'm double clicking onto this. Are you able to see any 1 row and 4 column? We are not able to see. Whenever I'm double clicking onto this, then I'm getting 1 row and 4 column. We want this. Data is not directly coming into this. Whenever I'm double clicking and whenever you are clicking onto the reference, after that, you are getting 1 row and 4 column. Yes, we want this. If data is directly coming there, there's no problem. We'll simply write select these 4 columns from VBAK table into table internal table where VBELN into this particular internal table. Now I cannot directly write in LT underscore range underscore VBELN because data is not coming directly into this. Whenever I'm clicking onto the reference, after that I'm getting that data. Now we will simply go for the full understanding and then we will learn how to get this particular content or that data. Now I will come on to the previous point which is covered in the ABAP programming part 1. At that time we have reference data type. Reference data type is of 2 types, object reference and data reference. You can declare a data object using that data reference and object reference also. As of now, in ABAP, OOPS, in all other playlists also, you always studied this object reference. So simply what we did, we are always writing data, object name, type ref to class name. Suppose in some cases we are writing interface name. As of now, we have never covered data reference. Now just see here. Do we have a data reference? Yes, we have a data reference here. We simply declared one name. This is our data object, which is referring to data. It means it is a data reference. It is a data reference. It is not a object reference. It is a data reference. So far in all the previous playlists, whenever you are declaring a object, you are always writing the object name, type ref to class name. That is a object reference. As of now, first time we are writing object name type ref to data. It is a data reference. Data reference. Whenever you have a data reference, in that case, how you can get the contents? You have a data reference. This is data object. You all know this is data object which is declared using this particular data reference. Whenever you have a data reference, how you can get the contents of that data object using the dereferencing operator. That is extremely important point now. Dereferencing operator. Anyone can ask in the interview, suppose you declared one data object using that data reference, then in that case, how you will get the contents of that data object? Because in this case, whenever I'm double clicking onto this data object, I do not have a internal table directly. I do not have one record and 4 column directly. I'm clicking onto this. After that only I'm getting this. So how I will get this? I will simply get this using the dereferencing operator. So what is dereferencing operator? If I will read the definition of dereferencing operator, the dereferencing operator is used to access the content of a data object. Yes, I want to access the content of this particular data object, which is declared or which is pointed by a data reference. Yes, we used data reference here. So how we will get the contents of this particular data object using the dereferencing operator. And what is dereferencing operator? This is called as dereferencing operator. This is called as dereferencing. Anyways, I'll write the logic and then we will simply summarize, but this is extremely important part. So I will write the code. How I will get the contents of this particular data object. I will simply write assign. Yes, you all know whenever we are going for assign, it means we will go for field symbol. I'm writing assign this particular data object. Now I want the contents of this data object. I want this data. I want the contents of this data object. Contents of this data object LT underscore range underscore VBELN. So how I will go? I will go for dereferencing operator. Yes, we need to put star. You simply know this is the symbol of instance. Whenever you are writing star with this, it is called as dereferencing operator. I'm writing 2 and I'm simply going for a field symbol. Suppose I'm writing fs underscore VBELN. You all know fs stands for field symbol. Yes. And you all know whenever we are going for field symbol, we are always writing in less than and greater than bracket. If you do not have knowledge of field symbol, you can simply refer the topic of field symbol in ABAP programming part 2 playlist. Now, we are assigning this particular data object. We are using dereferencing operator to this particular field symbol. It means we need to declare this field symbol. Now I will declare this field symbol. I will write field symbols. What is the name of field symbol? I'm writing fs underscore, suppose VBELN. Now that is extremely important point. Our field symbol will be of what type? It's very easy to understand if you see each and everything in that debugging code. Just see, if I'm clicking onto this data object. Now we used dereferencing operator with this data object. It means it will return the contents. It will return the contents. To what? It will simply return the contents, and we are assigning it to this field symbol. It means this field symbol must be of same type, which is here, yes. It means field symbol, yes, must have 4 column, sign, option, low and high, yes. And yes, it is just like a internal table. So it is best way. What is one way? You can simply create a structure of 4 column, sign, option, low and high, and then create a table type. But SAP already provided the table types which has this particular structure of 4 column. I will use that. Suppose if I will go for SC11 transaction code, you all know, yes, we have 4 columns, sign, option, low and high. Yes, our select option always has 4 columns. I will just search. Suppose I am writing VBELN. If something is given by S, it will simply use. I will go to F for help. I'm searching for table types. Yes. Now, I will simply search for range, because you all know range has 4 columns, sign, option, low and high. You have so many things given by SAP. You can use any one. It's totally your wish. But I will use some relevant one so that we can relate also. Suppose SD underscore VB ELN underscore ranges. If I will double click, I will go for this. You can see it is a table type. It is a table type which has a structure of 4 columns, sign, option, low and high. So I will simply declare field symbol of this type. We are always doing this thing. It's not a new thing. The only thing is, rather than creating something by our own, I am using SAP1. If you do not want to use this SAP1, no problem. Create a structure of 4 columns, sign, option, low and high. Create a table type and assign that structure type into that. It's totally your wish. But if something is given by SAP, you can use that also. I will check the syntax and I will activate. Now we will understand up to this level in the debugging mode, are we getting a expected result or not? And this is extremely important concept. Yes, I'm putting a breakpoint and I'm running this Web Dynpro application. I will go for input, suppose 1 to 10. I will go for search. On action search method will trigger. Yes. Now we are calling this method LT range VBELN. I'm going for execute. Yes, we have this data object. This data object has 1 record, 4 column. But if I am double clicking, I'm not getting 1 record and 4 column directly. Whenever I'm clicking onto this reference, then I'm getting this. So if I want this from this particular data object, how I can go? I need to use a dereferencing operator. What dereferencing operator do? It always provide the contents of that data object which is declared using data reference. It is not a object reference. If you are using class name, interface name to declare a object, that is called as class reference. This is not a class reference. This is data reference. So dereferencing operator is used whenever you have a data object using that data reference. Now, if I will simply execute, now you can see into this field symbol, are we getting this directly? So what is the summary of this particular video? In this video, we want whatever the input is there, how to get that particular input. Yes, into this LT range VBELN, we are getting the input, but that input is not directly coming. It is coming whenever you are clicking onto the reference. After that, you are getting the contents or the data. So in that case, how you will get the contents of that? Using the dereferencing operator. What is dereferencing operator? Dereferencing operator provides the contents of a data object which is declared using data reference. If you remember in ABAP programming part 1, we have reference data type. And so far, you always studied the object reference. This is the first time we are learning data reference. So how you can go for the contents of a data object, which is declared, which is using data reference, you need to use dereferencing operator. Then we simply declared a field symbol. What will be the type of field symbol? Field symbol will be of same type. We of 4 columns, sign, option, low, and high. So what I used? I simply used the SAP defined table type, which has a structure of 4 columns, sign, option, low, high. Because whenever you will assign, it has ultimately 4 columns, sign, option, low, high. It means it must also have of same type. Now in the next video, we will write the logic into the assistance class method based upon the input, and we will simply bind with ALP node. So that's it in this video. Thank you.